Tracy here again. It's Detox week and our detox season. So whether it's fall or spring, right now I'm talking to you in fall. The purpose of the detox is that we are trying to digest what was. So we're trying to digest the last 6 months, and that's in the seasonal detoxing. If you're using detoxing just randomly throughout the year, you're trying to detox digest whatever was in the past week, in the past month, like whatever time frame you're looking at. Right now we're talking seasonal detox. We're trying to digest everything. We're not just talking about digesting food. We're talking about digesting all of the 5 koshas. So any experiences, emotions, feelings, the season, we're like letting go of whatever was. We're taking time to think about what we've been through, what we've been feeling, what has happened, what the season brought, the beauty, the joy, the hardships, the glory, whatever it was. We're trying to make sure that our body has time to think about it, process it, and then let it go and move on. That prepares us for what's coming next, right? Because life is going to continue. We're going to continue to have feelings, emotion, experiences, food, all that stuff's going to keep coming through the body. And we want to keep making sure that it comes in, we process it, we digest it, and then we release it, whether it's physically through the bowels or whether it's just emotionally through the experiences and the feelings and the thoughts. So what I like to do is commit to journaling for any detox period, because I believe that that process of getting the thoughts and the experiences and the ideas out of the head, out through the arm, and writing it, I really prefer writing, handwriting, as opposed to typing. There's just a different thing going on when you're using your hand and you're feeling that pen or pencil or marker or whatever on the page. There's a tactile experience there that's happening that's different than like on a screen with computer keyboards. Plus, in detox, a lot of times what we're trying to do is we're trying to minimize time on our screen. We're trying to get to real physical, I can feel this life, okay? So get yourself a journal. I really like to work with, especially at back to school season, these cheapy folders or notebooks that they give. They're like 70 page, 35 cents, 50 cents at your local stores during back to school season. I usually just pick up like 10 of them, and then I have them throughout the year. And so anyway, this doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be if you want, but I find I'm less attached to these these books. If I get something precious and beautiful, I find that I'm just like, oh, it has to look pretty and nice or whatever. This is just easy peasy. I know there's really just, the value is in that it's there for me to write in. That's the value. It's not about something I'm going to hand on. It's actually something that maybe I'll want to burn in a fire someday, to actually digest, and transform anything, the thoughts in the pages, into the fire and just release them and let them go. So anyway, I do like to work on these little notebooks. That's just me. Back to journaling. So back to digesting and getting rid of any kind of toxic buildup, waste, blah, 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 all that stuff. There is a book called The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron, if I'm getting that right. Yeah. She believed very much so in morning pages. She called them morning pages. And her theory is that when you wake in the morning, your head is really full with all of the dreams that you had, thoughts for what you're going to be wanting to accomplish in the day, any worries or concerns you have for people that you love that might be suffering or going through something. Those might be where your thoughts go to. Worry about your kids or your partner or your parents that you're taking care of. All of those things kind of start as soon as we start to wake and get out of that liminal space of sleep into being for the day. The mind just starts going. Her theory is, and I really love this, is that if you take and just write any thoughts, just stream of conscious writing, doesn't even have to make sense. Just be writing. doesn't have to be sentences, whatever, words, whatever, get it out. That once you do that, then it opens it opens space for the creative brain to like move into the day in a way that's, then you're not just like, like a, what's called like a gerbil or a hamster wheel where it just keeps playing over and over. You've gotten them out on the page, you can move on. And a lot of times there's some processing that goes on, right, in the process of writing and that. She recommends 3 pages a day. What I like to do in Detox is baby step us in. So first week, 1 page. See if you can just write 1 page every morning when you wake up. Or even if you commit to like, okay, I'm going to do it 5 days this week, or I'm going to do it for the first 3 days of the week. Whatever it is, make a commitment that feels doable to you. 1 page in the morning, first thing, first week of the detox. Then the second week of detox, I like to go into push us a little harder into 2 pages. And then by the 3rd week, when we're really like, we've been through the processing stage and the digesting stage of the 1st and 2nd week, then by the 3rd week, we can really be like reflecting 3 pages worth, maybe even if you're willing to go there, to really like you've softened everything and like you've loosened everything up and your mind's like, okay, I'm really in this. And I think it can let you release even more. So first week, 1 page, 2nd week, 2 pages, 3rd week, 3 pages in the morning. Again, if that seems like a lot, just try it. Just try it. Even if you do 1 page the first week, 1 day, 2nd week, you do 2 pages for 1 day, 3rd week, you do 3 pages for 1 day. Again, it's always, right, Kaizen, 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 baby steps, what's doable, try it out, see how it feels. Challenge yourself, go for it all, or just do a little bit if it seems overwhelming. So the point is not to overwhelm you with too much stuff. The point is really that we're really trying to train the brain that it's time to listen to this, to the body. It's time to let the body tell us what's going on inside, what it needs, and we're giving it time to speak to us. Anytime you connect more with nature, it's going to feed you more. So doing it in the garden, maybe coming out in the morning. I'm going to add this in here too. So journaling and stargazing. So we'll keep this at a 10-minute video. We're at 7 minutes now. What we can do is stargazing. So either early in the morning or at night before bed is what I'd like to encourage to. Again, these are all options. You take what you like. These are suggestions that have worked for many of us in the past, for me in the past too. So we believe in it. If you can get yourself either outside in the morning, even if it's just if you've got a little deck or if you've got just out your back door, out your front door, whatever it is, in the morning. This is how I started way back when, was just walk out there and for 3 minutes just sit on the back step. And it was in the darkness and just like look up at the sky and just like sniff, taking like some big deep breaths. That's it. That can be a morning routine as well. You could bring your notebook out and write out there as well. Again, anytime you're in nature, it's going to just feel better. Or you can do it at night before you go to bed. So this is another trick that I do, is when I take the dog out at night, I'll just walk out with the dog and I'll just stand there on the back patio. It's right over there. And it's dark. Everyone else is usually in bed, and just like look up at the stars, take some deep breaths in, maybe do some gratitude thinking, what were 3 things that were really wonderful about the day, some of your gap and gain stuff. But just connect with the stars. So it's another thing that I like to do during detox, especially. Again, we're just looking for excuses in this time period to feed the soul. That's all we're doing. All right, that's it. So journaling and stargazing. See what you think. All right, see ya.